Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy, bloop, bloop, that's me, boop, Debsy, and the weekend edition, oh, I'm not happy about that, but listen, oh well, it is what it is. I have a lot to cover in the coffee talk for this week, so let's get right into it. First of all, I hope everybody had a great weekend. Mine was productive. So this weekend, what did I do? It was kind of a productive weekend. I finally watched Elvis. Yes, listen, everybody who commented on Austin Butler as the Man Crush Monday several months ago, I did finally watch it, and I will say, listen, I'm going to say going into it, I'm not that big a fan of Baz Luhrmann, the director. I don't want to give a whole review on it just because I think I might do that in another video, a separate standalone video. But I will say, Austin Butler, I will give him credit. He was very, very good in that movie. Should he be nominated? Yes, he really should be. I don't know if he should win the Oscar or not. I haven't seen any of the other movies. That's something I would like to see. And that's, you know, the other performances once they are announced. But I wouldn't be mad if he won. I mean, he was very good. He grinded them hips pretty good. I'm just saying. Also, I've been thinking about getting one of those diamond paintings, you know, like where you click on you click in the thing and the diamond art. I was thinking about doing that, but then I thought, what if I don't like it? So I found a little kit that was like a mini, it's kind of called Diamond Dots, and I made a narwhal. So I'm gonna put it somewhere up in here, my little narwhal painting. It was nice. It kind of took you away from, it kept you occupied and it kept your mind occupied. I like that. I also made, listen, this was big for me. Today, I made from scratch, I made a copycat recipe for the Olive Garden Chicken Gnocchi soup, or as others would say it, gnocchi. My mother will not have me say gnocchi, and my mother's grandmother and mother would not allow me to say gnocchi. It's gnocchi. So made that. I'm not going to go through the whole recipe right now because it could probably get a little long. I'm going to read you off exactly what's in it. The ingredients, or as Teresa Giudice would say, the ingredients is. So you have 4 tablespoons of butter and then 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I guess I'll just go through and tell you how to do it. So you get those 2, you get a big stock pot, and you put the butter and the olive oil in the bottom. You heat that up, you get that all melted together, and then I diced a half of an onion. I diced up, you can do 2 to 3 celery stalks. I believe I did 3 celery stalks. You dice those up. And then you get carrots and you shred your carrots. Listen, I didn't shred them myself. I bought them already shredded and julienned. So I got them already julienned. So I threw all of those along with some garlic, however much garlic you want. I love garlic, so I put a bunch of garlic. So you get all of those together and you just cook that for about 10, I did it for close to 10 minutes. Until your onions are translucent. So you get that all cooked up good. And then to that, you add in 1/4 cup of flour. And what you want to do is you want to cook that for about 2 to 3 minutes. You just want to get that, all blended in, and you want to take away the raw flour taste. So you get that all cooked up together. And that's what's going to thicken your broth. So after that, you're going to need 4 cups of chicken broth. And what I did then was I slowly added it in 1 cup at a time, and I stirred it after each cup so that it got a little thick and thickened up. And this is gonna, once again, take away any of that raw flour taste out. So you pour all the cups of chicken broth in till you get to the 4, and you're stirring, you're always stirring. And then I poured in 2 cups of half and half. And I stirred that also. Now, before all of this happened, I had gotten a chicken breast. The chicken breast that we got is really big. So we didn't really even need a ton of chicken. So I just got one big giant chicken breast. I would say that you could probably, depending on the chicken breast, maybe like if your chicken breasts aren't that big, then you can do maybe like, I don't know, like 3 possibly. However much you see that you want. If you want more chicken in it, then put more in. If you don't want more chicken, then don't put more chicken. But I cooked the chicken before and diced it up into bite-sized pieces. So after you put in your half and half, and that's all stirred together, and then I put my chicken in there, my cooked chicken, and I seasoned my chicken also with like salt and pepper. And you can put whatever seasonings you want, but that's what I put on it. And I put that in there. After all of that is in, then I just let it simmer on the stove I brought it up to boil, and then I let it simmer for probably about like 15 minutes or so. And while that was simmering, I brought a pot of water to boil. I salted my water and I brought it to boil, and then I put in, you're gonna need a pound of potato gnocchis or gnocchis. You can get them anywhere. I got them at Walmart. I got Walmart brand, just because that's the first thing I saw. Typically, I mean, we would use homemade. I don't make homemade. That's my mom, and this is quick. So you add, once you see it's boiling, you add the gnocchi into the water, and it doesn't take too long for those to cook, like 2-3 minutes, and you'll know they're done when they all float up to the surface. So you drain those off, and then you put the gnocchi in the soup. And then at the end, you're going to need some baby spinach. I just got a bag of baby spinach at Walmart, and you cut off the stems. I should have actually put maybe more baby spinach in. I could have probably put the entire bag in, but I probably put in I probably ended up putting in 2 cups, I think. I could have definitely used more. And while it's simmering too, that's a good time to put in any of your extra, if salt and pepper to taste, because I know when it came off of the fire, when we were ready to eat it, I did need a little bit more pepper in it, but I like things a little more spicy. And that was it. It wasn't tough at all. And it was really good. It was like the perfect comfort soup for like a cold winter day. It was like I had told my mom, I think it was like just a hug in a bowl. Like it was just so good. And so I will put the ingredients in the description, but it was really good. And I have to tell you, I was pretty proud of myself, because in the past, if you would have told me that I actually made a soup that I didn't just open a can from, I would have been like, you are a liar. But I made it, and I didn't burn it, and it was good. And Dolly loved it. So warmest regards. But it was really good. It was very good. David thought so. So yeah, I think that's a big success for me. So never thought that would have happened. And what else happened? Oh, yes. And also in Real Housewives news, Jen Shah, 6.5 years plus 5 years supervised after she's released. Federal prison, good for ya. She pled guilty. I personally think she was guilty, and she was gonna fight it, but the district that she was gonna be tried in has like, I believe like a 99% prosecution rate, like they win. And she didn't want to take her chance with because I believe it could be up to like 14 years maybe. She didn't want to do that. So she just took the plea deal. Pretended like she was very upset and very sad and very, very sorry and remorseful, when she truthfully, in my mind, was not, because there were texts that had come out when she was texting people that she was also in this scam with, and the tone that she took and the words that she said about these victims, which were all elderly people, was disgusting. Did not show any remorse, didn't seem to care at all. And you know she was guilty because she was moving her money between like different countries. No. And the funniest thing though was her lawyer had said, Jen Shah will always remember the names of the victims, and she will live her life with regret, or something like that. And the Judge Stein, had come back out and was like, wait a minute, is she still selling free Jen Shah merch on her website or what? And they're like, oh no, she took that down. Any money that was got from that is going to the victims. She does have to pay restitution as well. I do not remember how much. I believe it was I don't know if it was 6 million. It was a lot. So there's that. But after all of this, you go out there and you look on her Instagram, and under her Instagram, where it says Jen Shah, it still says direct marketing response. Who didn't take that off of there? That's what she's going to prison for. Oh, I can't. So there we go. And with that being said, I was like, well, maybe now that she's going to prison, maybe we'll find out who did that to Heather's eye, who gave Heather the black eye. But it looks like quite possibly Heather did it to herself, because she's clumsy, and I guess she slipped and fell and hit her eye, and the scratches were already there before she went. Scratches on her arm and her back were already there because she had to act like a fool with Jen before, getting drunk and flashing her, her chitty bang bangs. So there's that. Good. And then after they were sentenced, doesn't she show up looking dressed to the nines in like a cheetah print and camel? Oh, she looked good. She looked real good. And her security detail matched and everything. They looked sharp for somebody going to prison. She'll be serving time someplace in Texas, and I believe that she asked to go to a DRAP, which is a prison that has drug rehab. It's like a drug rehab something having to do with drug rehab, like a drug rehab facility that has drug rehab services. Because if that's the case and you complete drug rehab, then you can get out much earlier. And I believe with like federal crimes, you have to serve 85% of the time. So who knows? But she has until February 17th to turn herself in. So afterwards, they went and they had a big fancy dinner, celebrated. And she, in court, and another thing, in court, she was like, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for my children. My children have to live through this, and feel for my children. Listen, You did this. You knew that you were doing this. You knew what you were doing was wrong. Please don't. I feel terrible for the kids because you know what? Her children are the ones who are getting bullied and stuff over this. Now that's not right. That's not right. But listen, you knew what you were doing. Don't come into court and try and get 3 years after you took all these senior citizens' money. That's all the money they had. Their credit score is ruined and they don't get this money back. And you're in court talking about how, please go easy on me because I had mental health issues and racism. Don't do that. Listen, you did the crime, you do the time. That's it. End of story. And also, the week that was, Lisa Rinna is gone. As LVP would say, ding dong, that witch is dead. With that being said, tell me how your week was. And if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there. And please spread love and kindness and acceptance liberally. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Please have a great week and stay safe. I love you guys. Bye.